America, you've seen the jokes, you've seen the memes, but have you seen the truth? Likely not. We have a serious problem in this country. We have straight male frogs turning into gay frogs, turning into hermaphrodite frogs, which for those of you who don't know, they're frogs with both male and female reproductive systems. So, and then we have male frogs turning into female frogs. And some of you are wondering, how is this possible? Well, I'll tell you how. And how is the number one contaminant in your tap water. Atrazine. Banned in the UK, very common in the United States. One of the most common pesticides used in our crops today. 75% of these crops sprayed with this chemical. So now we're going to take a look at the study. These were conducted with African cloud frogs, and the results were observed in straight male frogs in particular. We had 75% of these frogs, after being exposed to this chemical, suffer tenfold decreased testosterone. 4 nanograms per milliliter of testosterone running through their bodies turn into 0.4 nanograms per liter of testosterone running through their bodies. And you can probably imagine what does this to a frog. This destroys the frog's manhood. This destroys everything the male frog is. What is a male frog without testosterone? Well, what ends up happening is these poor frogs, they get exposed, they go run around in the wild. They're competing with other male frogs not exposed to the chemical, healthy test levels. And of course, the female frog is going to want frogs with testosterone. So these frogs are barely mating. But then, even worse, you have 1 out of 10 of these frogs turning into female frogs and mating with the male frogs. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, what's the problem here? You got a male and a female frog to get together. If it's now female, what's the issue? Well, this is the real issue. This is a real big problem because since that female frog is genetically male, all their offspring will be male since both their parents are genetically male. So that frog population, that next generation is messed up. It's messed up in the head because now you have a totally skewed sex ratio of males to females in that frog population. And you also have frogs carrying that gene down the line, further skewing the sex population further. Since the most crazy, this wipes out entire frog populations. This ain't no joke for these frogs. This is destroying frogs. Now, what also interesting about this is when you have a healthy male frog suffer a tenfold decrease in testosterone due to this chemical, they have less testosterone than a young, healthy female frog. We should put this in perspective for you. Imagine a young human male full of testosterone, like me, and I suffer the same fate. And what would happen to me? I would have less testosterone than a young, healthy female. And some of you thinking, that's not possible. You look at these young, healthy females, voice is so high. They have no testosterone. Well, do have testosterone, just very, very little. And my high testosterone would just go down, until I'm at the bottom up there. Like, you know, my testosterone would be low as Ben Shapiro, maybe, and maybe Obama, maybe. And those guys are low testosterone. But, anyways, if that doesn't scare you, do I have a surprise for you? Because this chemical doesn't just mess around with these frogs. Also, I forgot to mention, some of these frogs, after being exposed to chemical, they're born with multiple gonads. So a regular male frog has 2 balls, just like us. After being exposed to this chemical, some are born with up to 6 balls. Now imagine a man with 6 balls. What can he do? He'll do anything. Now imagine a frog with 6 balls. That frog will be not afraid to do anything. Who knows what they can do? Nobody knows. Crazy. But if that doesn't scare you enough, this doesn't just affect frogs. It affects rats. And for those of you who don't know, rats are very similar to humans. We suffer from the same diseases. We have essentially the same diet. We need the same stuff. We're very, very similar creatures. That's why in laboratories you see a lot of them testing with rats before they test the monkeys, which are even more similar, but test the rats because they're unfortunately expendable. Fortunately. Expendable, and they're similar enough to do some good testing. So what does it do to these rats? Well, it doesn't exactly have the same effect on these rats that it does to these frogs, but it does have an effect. Gives them liver problems, heart problems. It decreases their sperm count, increases the chance for sperm abnormalities. Which, what does that happen? It increases the chance of the rat having retarded rats, for example, and no one wants to have their offspring retarded, especially no rat. And for some of you thinking, well, I'm not going to be exposed to the relative levels of atrazine as these rats and frogs. So what's going to happen to me? What are the studies on humans? Well, there's not enough studies on humans on atrazine to say for sure. But I can assure you, something happens to rats, something's got to be happening to humans. And even though you're not exposed to the level of atrazine as these animals work, they're much smaller. They can take a lot less. This thing's in your tap water. And you drink your tap water at what? Your wife and children drinking your tap water. Well, a couple days a week wouldn't hurt. Over a lifetime, though, you gotta be thinking, what's this doing to your body? What are the long-term effects? Nobody knows. But it can't be good. Can't be good. Now, that's essentially all. If you have a pet frog or a pet rat, pet hamster, don't give them tap water. Especially after all I just said. You taking away these animals' manhood, especially if they're a man. Taking away the manhood. You want feminized rats, feminized frogs? Well, they can't reproduce. But anyway, the big problem here is you should be also avoiding drinking tap water. You should be doing that. Fill it to your body by bottled water. But you gotta stay away from atrazine. That's the point of this video. It's a very serious chemical. I'm gonna include the link to the article of all information I got down below, so you guys can see it. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Comment anything I can make a topic on. I'll make a topic on it. Rest assured. I'm fairly new channel, so thank you all.